Welcome back to more of Metroid. I almost called it Samus Returns, but it kind of is. Metroid Dread 0%. This time's going to be a little special, as I alluded to last time, because I am going to be attempting the Gravity Suit Early route, even though technically it's not Gravity Suit Early, because Gravity Suit's what's supposed to be getting next anyway. The thing is, what we're supposed to do here is make this long, slow trek through the lower depths of Berenia with the space jump. It's very, very long, and there's nothing really on the path at all. Like, because I'm in a 0% run, I can't get any of the items. There's no other power-ups in this path, so there's really no point to me doing that. Instead, I'm going to be trying to do... I need to skip a missile tank in it, but I should be able to do that. I'm going to be trying to do this. So you bomb that, and then you have to bomb this out. You need the ice missiles for this to break through these. And not get that energy part. So here, those are speed booster blocks. So the next step is to do this. Well, wait. Firstly, the door needs to be open. That breaks those. And here comes the tricky part. So what we need to do is in this room, we need to shoot down, and then we actually need to, like, speed boost onto this ramp, and then, like, keep the charge going the whole way. It's kind of tricky, and, you don't need the space jump to get out of here, by the way. This is normally for an item, but it is also a back door into the gravity suit part of Berenia. And you need to I need to store the Shine Spark pretty early. So yeah, there. Well, what you need to do there is... Okay. And then there. And then not pick up that... Did I seriously do that first try? I think I actually did that first try, wow. I have done that from an early 100% playthrough, but after doing that, didn't even have time to explain it there because I did it first try. Oh, I don't want to get killed by those though. They can actually shred you pretty quickly. I'm going to actually wait until they're a little far away, because they can follow you into tight spaces and that's not fun. In fact, I can kill them from here, which I will do, because yeah. To get that successfully first try, only to die to a little swarm of thingies. Again, not fun. At all. Yeah, flip off of there. This is a little harder. Go up here. I'm now trying to just think of how I best go about explaining what just happened, but, if you've played this game, you'll know what just happened, but basically, it's making use of the fact that, in order to... Yeah, I seriously don't hope that I fall... Like, I don't want to fall down and smack into an enemy on my way down, though. There's an enemy in here, in particular, that can be a pain. That thing, specifically. So I'm gonna save my description until I actually get in here. In fact, can I... Yeah, I can actually blow that up with the, yeah, with my, you know, I'm losing track of words, with my, diffusion beam there, which, by the way, actually debuted in Metroid Other M. I completely forgot about that, which makes sense. But, yeah, we now have the gravity suit, which means that we can space jump in water, we can move through water without penalty. That's going to make dealing with the 6th enemy way easier. It also increases our defense, and also boosts the power of the dash melee, but it's not like I really use it that much. Yeah, I guess, because we're going to be going into an elevator sequence soon, so I guess I can talk about it then, but, yeah, what just happened was, that you... Steady yourself in the air by pressing Y to switch from a spin jump to a regular jump. Then press B to Shine Spark. Go on the ramp. You slide there. Store the charge there by pressing down. Go down there. Do the same thing by pressing Y to steady yourself in the air. Then boost sideways. Go up. Store the charge there. And then you Shine Spark through there. Again, it's something that like takes a lot of practice. But like, wow, look how fast I am in the water. This is just so fun. Now, if you do this, like, so this is like a back door into getting the getting the gravity suit as soon as you have the ice missiles, basically. And we're going to be getting an Atom thing here, so I have to stop for a second. But if you do it that way, then you don't get the, you don't have the space jump.
EX have spread across the entire planet. Assume all living organisms have by now been replaced by X.
I'll let Adam continue in a moment, but I'll say, that makes getting out of that room a lot harder when you don't have the space jump. You kind of need to Shine Spark your way out of it. It's not like that tricky, but there's an even trickier thing that comes up after this segment that's coming up.
There is another problem you may have noticed. The temperature of ZDR has started to fall.
This is essentially an event flag. Once you get the gravity suit, this sequence happens. It reminds me a lot of the Blackout sequence in Metroid Fusion, because you're basically plot tunneled into this segment of the game and can't leave until you beat the next boss. Getting the gravity suit starts this sequence, so you are railroaded into that boss fight early if you sequence break for the gravity suit, which can be a problem.
I cannot say for certain if the X are to blame, but the drop in temperature is indisputable. The gravity suit should keep you insulated from the effect of low temperatures. Even so, beware the unexpected and proceed with caution.
So yeah, thankfully we have the gravity suit now. So we're immune to cold, and we can enter cold rooms. But now, a very, very large portion of this planet has now become a cold room. And yet, these are all a certain type of block that we don't know what to do with yet. But that hints that we may or may not be getting something that lets us deal with those kind of blocks soon. See, as I said, that whole sequence break that I just did, it skips me having to go through the Berenia depths, and I knew before I was like, oh, I don't want to skip any challenge in a low percent run stuff, but it wouldn't have been really a challenge, it would have just been kind of tedious to sit through, because again, it's just a long run through Berenia's depths with nothing to really do until we get to the gravity suit, so I decided that it was best to go for this, and I still cannot believe that I got that Shine Spark the first try. That's just kind of insane. But again, I have done that a few times in previous playthroughs. It took me like almost an hour to get that the first time I did it. But yes, everything has turned to ice. And that way is blocked, so let's continue. Now, if I'm remembering right, you can get that missile tank early if you are so inclined, but of course, you know, I can't even get missile tanks at all, so yeah. Oh, there's also a very tricky to dodge item coming up, so that's going to be a thing. Yeah, I don't actually care about that. Let's just head through here. And we need the plasma beam to break through there. And then we can destroy that. And here's something that I actually learned from watching some videos. You can get a Shine Spark going if you hold the charge right. You can get a Shine Spark going into this room. Why would we need a Shine Spark? Well, we can blow that guy's shield off immediately and push him automatically into the final phase of the fight. So we can... Okay, gotta stay calm here, because this attack is a one-shot, and it comes out very, very quickly. But yeah, that attack, with these guys, space jumping is actually bad. I much prefer to stay on the ground as much as possible, because otherwise, they run a very good risk of jumping straight through me. Yeah, so that attack right there that I like to call, like, Hydro Pump, that's a one-shot. It comes out very, very quickly. And what I like to do with that is to flash shift. Wait for, like that, and then flash shift. There's multiple different ways to dodge it, but flash shifting is my personal preferred way of doing that. Okay, there we go. So this guy's normally kind of tough, but if you know if you know the Shine Spark trick, then you actually get rid of his first phase pretty much instantly. So that's kind of fun. You just shine spark his shield off. Normally, you have to break the shield, which you typically use diffusion missile to do. Not diffuse. Wow, I'm thinking of Metroid Fusion. Oh, by the way, these bats are actually really annoying, and I almost hit an item that I didn't want to get. Okay, there we go. Good. I don't even need to bother with that guy. But yeah, these things have, like, poison behind them now. You normally use the storm missiles to destroy the shield there. It might not look like missiles are doing anything, but they are, trust me. Just counter you. So now we're into areas that you might recognize from earlier in the game, except they're frozen. This part of the game, like I said, is basically a plot tunnel. And because of that, if you look at your map, you'll notice that some doors say frozen. As fun as it would be to go, well, as fun for me as it would be, a completionist, to go around and just pick up all these items now that we have protection from cold, you can't do that. You are basically restricted in going in one very specific direction here. So, I guess this point has somewhat become Metroid Other M in a way. Yeah, this is all the way back at the very beginning of the game. And, hey, we can actually break this bomb block now, not that we really need to. Not really sure why there's a forced navigation room here to... We kind of know what's going on here.
I have determined the reason for the planet's rapid cooling. Thermal energy is no longer being routed from catalysts.
Oh, right, that's why. We need to know the source of this.
This area, Arteria, is located in the depths of the planet. Much of it will be frozen. Find a way to thaw any frozen doors and pools you encounter.
Isn't it supposed to be hotter in the center of a planet?
The central control system you activated in Cataris is still operational. Some force must be physically blocking the routing of thermal energy. I suspect a powerful X is involved. You must annihilate it. Return here after solving the problem. The cooling has prevented you from exploring this area. There must be a vital ability hidden somewhere.
So yeah, basically everything is frozen, and basically the frozen, everything being frozen is actually the natural state of this area. It almost feels like the X is doing the environment a favor here, because this place being cold is apparently its natural state, but it's impeding us progressing. So these things, we actually need to get rid of them as quickly as possible, because if you don't, they actually do a, they'll sort of do this, they'll explode into a giant wave of ice, and, yeah, it does a lot of damage. Speaking of things that do a lot of damage, there's an enemy coming up. I think there's another one of these. They're basically Ice Shriek Bats, the infamous scan from earlier. But that thing right there, you're supposed to encounter that in Lower Berenia. I'm going to be using storm missiles on it, I'm that afraid of it. Because it just shoots projectiles all over the screen, and they two-shot you in 0%, so... yeah. Get rid of that guy. And I'm going to get rid of this guy on principle, and you'll see why a little bit later. So now, through here, we don't need to get that, thankfully. But yeah, that Emmy door is completely frozen. And we can blow that up now, which is actually the only way to progress. Yeah, I think I'll take this save just because... this room looks pretty cool when it's frozen. Just because there is a difficult to skip energy tank, not energy tank, a missile tank coming up. Oh no, not another one of you guys. Go fling your radioactive sludge somewhere else. Yeah, see, I said before that I had a feeling they'd put enemies in this corridor eventually, and now they have. The good news is these security zones are also, frozen, so they don't work anymore. So, yes, I'm pretty sure that at this point, because, yeah, that's frozen, I think the only way to progress is through that missile tank, which some people think is actually worse than an upcoming boss of this area in a 0% run. Now, I may be able to do the same thing I did with that Dyron one and flash shift over it. There's also the possibility of doing a ball spark, but I'll see if flash shift works. Yes, it does. Good. Yeah, so flash shift seems to get rid of your hitbox temporarily. Now you, come on, come back here, because I guess I can ignore you. Oh, it feels so satisfying to be able to one-shot those things now. This is also satisfying. And that's even more satisfying. And here we don't even need to bother with the ceiling. We can just space jump over. No more flame jets. Not letting you get a hit on me. And now we go to Catarus, but not a lot of it. We'll be quickly interrupted by something once we start going through here. And it's something that a lot of you who know this game have probably been looking forward to when it comes to this run, because this, along with SQ, is considered this game's that one boss. Usually. In ordinary runs, I don't consider this boss to be that bad, and even in 0%, I actually don't think it's that awful. It has a lot of attacks that will one-shot you in 0%. In fact, when I go into this fight, I am actually, instead of listing the attacks that do one-shot you, I am going to point out all the attacks he has that don't one-shot you. And that should be an indicator of what we're in for here. Because, yeah, it's actually easier to list the attacks in this fight that do not one-shot you. There's, like, maybe 2 of them. I have the Plasma Beam. I probably didn't need to do that. In fact, I can show this off now. Yeah, Plasma Beam lets you damage enemies that normally only the beam can. So, I would definitely recommend taking this save. And yeah, there's no navigation from Adam here. He said all he needs to. Yeah, here we need the diffusion beam. Do we have to go through that? I think we actually have to go through that, don't we? Well, good thing I saved, because this could be a problem. Oh, okay. Wow, that was, I don't know how I did that, but I did. Definitely take the full recharge if you can. And here, the way to the boss is strangely through this. And so it begins. Well, that generator has a nasty infestation problem. So remember this thing? This is the thing that was being experimented on back in Dyron. You could see it in the background. If you return to Dyron at this, like at a certain point in the game, you'll realize that it's gone. And that was foreshadowing. Okay, slashes. I like how there's a direct visual indicator of how much of the screen they cover. So the pink goop on the floor here, stepping in that is not a one-shot. Okay, yeah, this attack is good because it's a counter. And if you're fast, you can actually get a few missiles in before the refill happens. Which is only really relevant in 0%, but anyway. Okay, can I get 2 in? I just barely got 2 charge dots in then, and a missile. Okay, this is probably not going to be the next phase. More slashes. You'll notice that I'm only doing double jumps here. every attack in this fight is designed to be dodged with either a double jump or a flash shift. Don't space jump in this fight. It's actually unnecessary, and you don't want to get too greedy with space jumping everywhere. It will really work against you. So, I know that from having to fight this in a gravity suit early route. Okay, so this attack. I normally store missile here, but I don't have the missiles for that here. Yeah, destroyed 2 of them. That's good. Yeah, don't get hit by that pink aura. That's a one-shot. So this is not a one-shot, but this is the attack that is affectionately referred to as Flappy Bird. Never space jump here. Single jump or double jump. That's all you need for these. Double jump the 3s, single jump the 1s. You can try and go for a Shine Spark here. I'm not going to try because it's kind of tricky. If you do manage to Shine Spark it in the face, that does instantly end the fight. So it's really rewarding if you do get it. It's very hard to pull off though. I don't have a lot of practice at it myself. Which means I'm going to have to endure his attacks a while longer. Okay, this attack is fine. I probably should be using missiles more given all the refills you get in this fight, but, oh well. Now, he might go Flappy Bird again, we'll see. That's not a sentence you expect to hear when you're playing a Metroid game, but it's true. Yes, he's going Flappy Bird again, okay. Yeah, the best way I've seen people get the Shine Spark is to intentionally get hit by the last wave, and I don't want to do that, because as you can see there, can't really afford it. Okay, slashes. This attack has a change in this phase. Yeah, don't jump early there. Okay, this is the second round of this. Okay, that's dead. Still got 1 left. Yeah, again, wait a bit before doing that, and you get a lot of opportunities to counter if you do fully dodge it. Okay, that I'll take. I have a feeling I'm going to have to endure at least 1 more Flappy Bird before this is over. Okay, got 3 in there, that's good. He has 1 more arm left, though. So he's probably going to go into the arm phase. Yep, going into the arm phase. Okay, arm's dead. Right, so no more arms. But now it's this again. Oh, I hope this finishes it. You have to hold off on firing a little bit during that part of the attack there. Well, not attack, cutscene. Yeah, it's over. Okay, good. So yeah, that's an intense fight. It's honestly kind of fun in 0%, but it's yeah, don't worry about this. It's over. And when I first did this, I was like, oh, are you telling me that I have to fight a Core X after all that? You don't, thankfully. Yeah. Does mean, though, that I wonder what kind of power-up that Core X would have given you. I guess we'll never know, because it burned in lava. Because there's actually no item that you get out of beating this guy. It's just, you know, unfreezing, the first 2 areas. And for some reason, his gunk miraculously disappears after he's dead. But Yep, that is that fight over. So now this area is unfrozen, and I would definitely recommend heading back. In fact, I'm actually going to be doubling back now. I think that's how I'll be doing things. Like, I could go that way, but I think all that leads to is just items. I have an easy way to get back to Artaria, I think. Oh no, please, you are not going to get me after that fight is over. I mean, I'm checkpointed anyway, so it's not like it's really going to be a huge issue, but still. So, remember when we were back going through Carterus the first time? You might not, but this is actually, like... Oh, I got you with a melee attack. But yeah, this is actually that first area of Carterus that we went through. So you go through the fight that later ends up being that boss. It's kind of cool, like, you go through that room and you're like, oh, I recognize this room from an earlier playthrough and that thing. It's pretty much most people's that one boss for this game, and I do kind of agree, it's definitely tough. I need to practice the Shine Spark. I've never been able to get the Shine Spark myself, but that's certainly an option in the fight. Like, I like that they actually make you work for this quick kill method. It's actually not... I mean, it's probably easy once you know how, but I don't really know how at this point. So, basically, I think if I go through here into this hot room, yeah, this is, I'm where I think I am, good. So, yeah, down here in the hot room, there is an item in here, I think, though, so I've got to make sure I don't get it, but... This can be a little tricky if you're doing the gravity suit early route and don't have the space jump, but you can easily Shine Spark there. This purple teleporter goes, yeah, back to Artaria, right next to that item that we need, so this is definitely what they intend you to do next. It's maybe not entirely obvious to a first-time player, but if you went exploring after you first got the Varia suit, you actually could have discovered this portal earlier, so you would know where it leads, and you would know that it would be useful to use now. So yeah, back here, we pull that, open that up, and now we zip past the item. This is like one of the most iconic looking items in the series, but it's a... When I first encountered this as Samus's up special in Smash Bros, so I was really surprised to find out that it was usually a late game power-up in most Metroids. And for very good reason. It typically, like, at this point, your spin jumps basically instantly kill everything, and it also ignores enemies cloaked in electrical energy, and is especially effective against them. So, remember a certain boss that was cloaked in electrical energy? This is why the gravity suit early route is very fun, because it also gets you, this early. And that means, as I said, SQ has a severe allergy to the screw attack, and it's hilarious. I may even show bonus footage of another playthrough where I go ahead and screw attack SQ and get revenge, because it is incredibly fun. So, heading back to Berenia now. You don't need to do this, and honestly, it's probably a bad thing to do this, because, the way forward is in Gavaran, and the easiest way to get there is via the green teleportal. Or it would be if it weren't for the fact that there is now a double robot Chozo soldier in the way there. And that fight is in a very small room, and it is quite annoying in 0%, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's 0% and I have to challenge myself. So I'll be doing that, but I think I'll be doing that next time because we have an Atom save room coming up, so I'm going to go ahead and check in, and then I'll see you next time.
Uploading data.
Well done, Samus. You have stopped the planet from cooling. In addition, you have gained the screw attack ability. It will help you access previously unreachable places. You are far more combat ready than when you first arrived, but you are still not prepared to face Ravenbeak. There is a very low probability of success in standing against him now.
Yeah, I know, Ravenbeak is swole AF. Oh, no, not that thing. Yeah, so normally you would encounter those for the first... Oh, no, it's going to explode, isn't it? Yeah, it does that. Yeah, those things, if you kind of want to count, and then that happens. Yeah, the enemies are definitely a step up in the frozen areas. Now, if you don't take these things out quickly... that was a swing and a miss there. Wow, I'm doing really badly, come on. There's 2 of them. Then they will actually, like, explode into a big wave of ice, and that will... Oh, that X is possessing that other thing and turning it into a stronger enemy. But yeah, there's a thing up there that I really don't like. So we were supposed to encounter this thing much earlier back in Lower Berenia, but it is a pain. So much so that I'm going to be shooting storm missiles at it, because yeah, it spams the screen with projectiles, which two-shot you. Get back over here. There we go, okay. Oh, really? I feel like I absorbed that X like a second too late there. Oh, yeah, didn't get that fast enough. Yep, that one-shots you. So, stepping in the pink goop here is not a one-shot. As you just found out there. Yeah, I wasn't going to make that. So, stepping in the pink goop here is not a one-shot. That almost could have been, though. Okay, I'm glad you're doing that now, because that'll heal me. Not by much, though. That's kind of a problem, because if I go into the next phase, there is an attack you have that is also not a one-shot, but I may end up getting hit by it at least once. Single jump, double jump, single jump, double jump, single jump, double jump. Ah, didn't quite make it. Yeah, you can actually Shine Spark this guy. Oh, just barely not enough distance. Ugh. If you jump too early for that, you actually smack into its face and that also instantly kills you, so you have to wait a bit before you jump. Now, can I get this in? No, not quite. Oh, and I started Shine Sparking on the floor when it was attacking, yeah. The pink goop on the floor is not a one-shot. But I didn't say anything about the breath, so you probably know what the breath is. Oh, Flappy Bird again? Really? I feel like he should be close to being done. This is a really cool idea for an attack, though. I like this. Of course, first time I encountered this attack, I got completely wrecked, but, yeah, no, I don't think that's... Oh, are you serious?! Oh, I was too close to that side of the screen when he started that. Excessive space jumping is bad. Don't get greedy with space jumps. It will work against you, trust me. I know that from having done the gravity suit earlier. Okay, right, so second phase. I like to run back and forth and shoot these. Normally I storm missile them, but I don't have enough missiles for that. Oh, I only destroyed one. That's really bad, because those actually heal him, so... The longer this goes on, the more of those you destroy, the better. But yeah, you can get a Shine Spark in here. As you can see, he kind of waits for it a little bit. If you do, that instantly ends the fight. But, yeah. Did I just run right into him? Really? Wow.